All right. My event is starting, and woohoo! Hi everyone. I am Rebecca from ChemKnits, and I'm here today because I have this KnitPicks package, and I really want to open it. I thought that I would be able to hold tight and wait until my next package arrived so that way I could open both of them at the same time. But I really wanted to open it, and because I think that there's a new set of needles in here that I really want to see, and yeah, I wasn't feeling very patient. But let me make sure I can see the chat. Hello. Yeah, if you guys are there, pop in the chat to say hi. And the quality, it might be a little jerky, but let me know. Oh, goodness. Oh, did I? Oh, sorry. The preview, I had the preview off. Gosh. Sometimes, it's been a little while. Anyway, oh my gosh. I am really excited. This isn't a huge order, but it should still be pretty fun. Yes, I'm actually live. Welcome everybody. There's a bit of a delay for, you know, however fast it takes to upload, but I'm so glad you guys are able to join. And, you know, this is not the biggest package I've ever had, but I'm able to sit down. I have my foot up, so I'm being a good girl. I have my foot up, and yeah, and so I'm going to open this guy up. And then after I open it, I might show you guys my new, one of the new projects that I'm knitting. So anyway, let's open this guy up. Didn't even have the box cutter, but yeah, hopefully by the middle or end of next week, I can finally do the like celebration 5 million views live stream. But for now, okay. So I've got my packing slip. That's always good. I've got, oh, actually there's a lot of good stuff in this box. This is why I really needed to open it. I make so many orders that sometimes I don't pay attention. Okay, so first we've got our little postcard. This is the same one that I think we got last time with the happiness is handmade. And so you could like, this year you could write something in it and like post this with your yarn order. So this is just, you know, they usually throw one of those in the box. But okay, the first thing is not yarn. It is some dye. This is Jacquard's eye dye, and this works on, you know, cotton, silks. This is one that is meant for all 100% natural fibers. It does not mention wool on here, but I will certainly test it on wool as well. But I wanted to play around with some more brands of dye for cotton. Let's see. Yeah, and you just add some salt to do it. So yeah, I had, in one of the last orders I had placed, I had forgotten to add this because my local Joann's, they have the eye dye poly, but not the eye dye for natural fibers. So I wanted to get some to play around with it because I've got a lot of cellulose type videos that I think will be coming up in June. So I'm really excited about that. But yay, I actually needed this because I hope to start filming some of those next week. Let's see what else is in here. Wait a minute. I'm like saving the yarn for last. But okay, I'm really excited about this one. Okay, so these are the Options 4 Square interchangeable needle tips. And so I love the rainbow, these like wooden interchangeables, and this set is a square set, and I'm not sure if the fact that it's square, I mean, you can kind of see as I turn it around, the wood, like the multicolored wood, makes it a little hard to see, and these are also size 6. But I use my size 6 on my interchangeables a lot and really, really wanted to test out one of these needle tips. Hi, everyone. Yeah, and so but actually all of the interchangeable needle tips are currently 20% off. So if there's some that you need to supplement your set, or if you want to try one out, I guess if you wanted to try, they do have some try it sets where you can try some of the different tips. I started out with a try it set and to try the metal, I think a wooden and an acrylic tip. And so then I decided I liked the wooden. So I bought one of the, I think back then it was the Harmony set. No, I just started unboxing. So far, some eye dye for natural fibers, and then my new square needle tips, which the project I'm working on right now, okay, so here's a round one. So I guess this is a round size 6 versus the square size 6. Actually the square looks thinner, but maybe it's because of the square shape. I'm not sure. So I'd have to be curious. What I like is that the more recent needle tips actually have the size of them printed on the metal. So these interchangeables I've had for many, many years, and they do not say, you know, the size. And so this one has etched into it 6 and then 4.0 millimeter. I wish that the interchangeables went down to smaller needle sizes, but I know they're limited by like the size of the screw. So I think the smallest is a size 4. But I'm really, really excited about this because I wanted to try these out. And to be honest, these are some of my favorite colors. So hi, everyone. All right, but I'll show that project in a minute. So and the next thing I got, and really this is something that I think that it was on sale. Yes, it was on sale, so that's why I decided to finally buy it. But I got myself an I Love KnitPicks pin, and the heart, if it will focus, is like a little heart-shaped ball of yarn. So I really sort of just wanted like some, I think it was the Disney trip that got me really excited about collecting pins, but I really wanted this one. I feel like, you know, maybe I should wear it on some of my streams because I use their yarns all the time. And I think one of the reasons why I like to continue using them, like in some other sites, you might be able to get a better deal with bulk discounts. I think on KnitPicks, if you buy a bulk order, you can get 15% off for a 20 pack of their bare yarns. And so some other places that offer wholesale, I might be able to get yarns for cheaper. But individuals like you wouldn't necessarily be able to go buy a single skein when you wanted to play around with some dyeing. So I like that I have the option to buy some individual hanks of yarn in addition to getting like a massive bag. So I think that that is something I like, but I've been using their yarns for, we're approaching a decade. All right, now to the fluff. No color in here today, but let's see what I got. Okay, so this is one skein of imagination, and I should check my packing slip. Okay, so two hanks of imagination, and imagination is so soft. It's 50% merino, 25% nylon, 25% alpaca, super fine alpaca, and you know it is so soft. It's a 2-ply. I think I would love using this for some kind of shawl or something because it is just amazingly soft. I haven't tried blocking it yet, but I imagine that it would block really well. But that is one that I am excited about. All right, who else is in here? And KnitPicks just had like a 40% off wool sale, so I got some of these guys I don't use as much. Ooh. I got some more Stroll Glimmer. So this one is 70% super fine superwash merino, 25% nylon, 5% stellina. And can you guys see so it's got these like silvery sparkles running through it, which I'm not sure if it's really showing up on camera. I don't know if you guys can see the sparkly. Hello! But it gives it a really nice little shimmer. And it dyes really, really nicely. I found that if you have a lot of dye, you might discolor the silver stellina. So I have like a it's in my, this one's in the Etsy shop. A dip dyed broken violet skein that I did on this base, and the metallic sort of strands almost took on a pink. So at the more concentrated end where you get the vibrant fuchsia, it has the shimmer has a little bit of pink to it, which, you know, I actually think looks fun. Okay, what else is in here? Oh, hey, Indy. Indy, come. Thank you. There's no one's coming. No one's coming to the house. Okay, can you sit? Thank you. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I think the next one has more yarn. That's why this package was so small. And lastly, I got 2 hanks of palette, of bare palette fingering. And so this is 100% Peruvian Highland wool. And, you know, it's fingering weight. It's a 2-ply, so it's like a pretty rustic, very low twist kind of yarn. I started off with a lot of my videos dyeing this instead of the worsted weight because at the time, well, and this is a yarn that I love to use for color work. I use it a lot for mittens. One of my favorite hats that I've shown a lot, I did color work with this. It, you know, works so nicely. The one slightly annoying thing is that when you dye with it, sometimes it's not even felted, but the fibers can kind of stick. Because even just now, like in the hank, the fibers are sticking together. You know, you have to, you know, you kind of have to like, even though this is like freshly wound, you kind of have to like pull it apart a little bit. And so with a little bit of like just heat or anything, it doesn't necessarily look like as fluffed and pretty just from the nature of the fibers. Oh, Indy does not always listen. This was a good moment. It depends on how big his threat his perceived threat is. But anyway, I'm really glad to have picked some more up because I only had one left, and I've used it for a lot of shawls. The Denise shawl sample was dyed with, not with the bare palette, but I over dyed 3 balls that I had purchased. So yeah, so it's another one that I really like. But you know, I think that they're all a lot of fun, but actually the Imagination, I think it was, I forget if it was 30 or 40% off, but it was a good enough deal that I needed to get some. But if I hit one of my first Patreon goals, then I'm going to let patrons vote between whether or not they want Imagination, basically, to make a regular appearance, or Gloss. And this month, Gloss, which is 30% silk, 70% merino, the whole Gloss line is 20% off, and that includes roving. I think it comes in lace, fingering, and DK weights for the yarns, and so yeah, that's all 20% off this month. So it's really nice. But yeah, this was a short little order. I mean, I'm pretty good at always hitting the $50 mark for the free shipping. So I usually have like a list, and where did I put my new needles? Oh, I usually have a list, and I like have things in my wish list, so that way if I need to like add it to the cart to hit the minimum for free shipping. But I actually went over that this time, but I really had been wanting to try these needles for a while, and I think that maybe they were on sale then too. So I thought that it was a good time to pick them up. Oh. I don't think I've ever used square needles for knitting. I'm very curious. I mean, I'm sure that the diameter from corner to corner is the same as the other one, but they do look, okay, I guess if I like feel it, they might feel the same, but they look thinner depending on how you hold it than the other size 6. Hi, welcome. So I just unboxed, I had 6 skeins of bare yarn that were palette, Stroll Glimmer, and Imagination. A new I Love KnitPicks pin. And the most exciting part, 2 packets of eye-dye. And of course I went with purple and black. I probably could have done some other colors, but I was curious about how the black would look on cotton. And so I thought that this would be a fun one to play around with. I forget what colors I got for the synthetic maybe I did like yellow and green or something. I tried to go like a completely different direction. I don't remember what I did, but yeah, so I mean, these are supposed to be good for silk, cotton, linen, and rayon. And I'll certainly try them on wool because that's who I am. That's what I do. Hi! But now I also wanted to show you the project that I've been working on. So this is the yarn, and oh, the purples aren't really showing up as well as they should. But this yarn is one that I dyed in one of my leftover series. I think I published it last Friday, so not the most recent one, but like 8 days ago, when I wasn't able to do my celebration live stream, and so I bumped this up, and then I decided that while I'm injured, I should like push aside my whole knitting queue and do a project for myself. So I am working on this shawl. It is the Antarcticus. I don't know how to pronounce the KT. But it is a gorgeous sort of garter stitch shawl with some eyelet lace sort of in stripes. And I have been really, really excited with this because it changes. I don't know if you can, I'll pull mine up in a second, but from the picture, but there are the sections of garter stitch, but then these sections of lace. And because, you know, each section I think is at most maybe there's one that's 32 rows of that particular section, but it makes it really easy to keep track of where you are. So here is where I am so far. So you can see that it's like a nice triangle shape. It will need some blocking because you can see that my end is a little curved, but I like having it backlit because then with the variegated yarn you really get a sense. There we go. There we go. Of of the eyelet, which will become more dramatic when it's blocked. But I'm using the stroll fingering yarn that I dyed for this, and I've done some stuff in the past. I don't know how big of a shawl, so I haven't tried blocking it hard, but I think that I'd want to block this one softly anyway. So I'm excited. But already, I mean, I'm probably got about 50% of the total stitches, but that means that I'm only like, you know, maybe a quarter of the way through. But already, you know, it could be, so if you only had a little bit of yarn, I haven't weighed to see how much I have left, but you could do like even a mini little scarflet with it. So it's funny, I love complex lace patterns as well, but I find like garter stitch shawls to just be so relaxing, and I really like them for variegated yarns because I think that you still get, you know, some micro striping that you might see sometimes, but it sort of helps mix up the colors even more, and so I just really, really like that. But yeah, so again, this is the pattern. You can buy it. It is one that you have to pay for, but you can buy it on Ravelry. I did not include a link in the video description because I was like, oh, I'll unbox and then show what I'm knitting. But yeah, I'd say I'd maybe use like a third of the yarn. I don't know. I haven't weighed it. I would get up and get it, but I'm being good, and I'm keeping my foot elevated. Oh yeah, for those of you that don't know, I broke and dislocated a toe a week ago, and that's why it's sort of thrown me for a loop. But people are like, oh, you can still knit. And I was like, that is true. I can still knit, and I haven't been taking enough time for me to knit lately because I've been doing a lot more dyeing and editing. But I can knit this while I'm editing, so especially if I have a longer clip. So that way I can like watch through, and it's nice to be able to do that. It's really soothing. So, because it's easy enough when you know which section you're in. And actually, although in the last section, I missed 2 rows somehow. I thought I had done them and I didn't, so I like miscounted it. But I think that in the grand scheme of things, you know, being 2 stitches short as I go to the next section isn't going to make a difference at all. So it's not a problem. Yeah, so I definitely did not want, because this yarn has, if it had the like same depth for the purple and turquoise throughout and wasn't light dark, then I think it would work really nicely for a more complex lace. But yes, exactly. I was like, okay, this has like, you know, almost white and then a really, really deep saturated color all in one yarn. So I wanted something that, you know, you could have like some interest, but wasn't like, it could get a little lost at times when you can't see through it. But I think when I block it, you will be able to get unblocked, you know, the lace doesn't stand out as much, but I think blocked, it'll just be a nice, I mean, my pre-kids uniform used to be like a solid t-shirt and then some kind of like shawlette or open scarf, even, you know, unless it was super, super hot. And so this one feels that it could be warm enough for me to use in the winter, but also like open and cool enough that I could use it in like warmer weather as well. So yeah, it's one that I'm really enjoying the rhythm of it because I'm not getting bored at all. Another of my favorite patterns is, and I mean, I think it's a favorite for a lot of people, is the hitchhiker scarf. And I like that also because like you do these little teeth. So you increase and then every like couple rounds you do this decrease to get this sort of jagged edge. And I really, really enjoy it because, you know, it's really easy to count the teeth. So you're like, okay, in the past I did X number of teeth. So you get a sense of like how close you are to the end, but it's also easy to keep going until you run out of yarn. And so I really, really like that. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I was very excited about the needles and I forgot the dye was in this package. I didn't know if it was in this one or the one coming up. But now, oh, I didn't get purple. I got lilac. Sorry, this is lilac. But I knew I wanted to open it because there was something in there that I really wanted. I would have waited for my square needle tips to start this, but I didn't want to wait. I just love this yarn so much that I knew I was going to keep it for myself when I dyed it. And I was like, this really like needs to become something. And yeah, but a lot of the other hand-dyed yarns that you've seen in more recent videos are in my Etsy shop. And there's a link to that, I guess not in the description, on the little info symbol on the video. But I guess that's not what I'm promoting in this video. I'm promoting KnitPicks. So if you wanted to pick up some bare yarns or some needles and stuff, my link is in the video description. Yeah, it's kind of nice that they have if any of you are like bloggers and stuff and want to chat about the affiliate programs and stuff, I'm happy to chat about that as well. I think that, you know, I can't believe I didn't find out that I could like get credit for referring sales sooner. But it's nice because I've been using their products anyway, so it's really easy for me to share. But anyway, you know, because I basically mostly use their yarns or yarns of theirs that I've dyed for my own projects. So I hope that you guys all have a fantastic weekend. The weather here is gorgeous and I'm going to go to like a little picnic later. So that's why I'm trying to be really good and keep my foot up now. But actually, I think I can drop nope, that's the link to this video. And nope, I don't have the long link anymore. Well, maybe I can copy it. Nope, it has the big long YouTube redirect. I can't copy the like shorter affiliate links into the chat because YouTube doesn't like that. So I have to do like the long one. But anyway, thank you so, so much for joining me today. It's nice to be able to tune in. And next week, I should be receiving a lot of packages. I've got I think 3 different yarn subscriptions coming in. 2 of them should be able to be done in the same video. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's in there. So I hope that you guys, you know, are able to go outside, maybe lounge and knit outside or have some fun today. And I will chat with you guys next week. Have a great day, everyone. Oh, I'm like, where's my button?